We have built the mindset. We have cleared the land. We have accumulated the wealth. But as you stand at the zenith, you will realize a cold, hard truth. You cannot sustain an empire alone. In America, we worship the myth of the self-made man. We love the story of the lone wolf who fought the world and won. But the lone wolf is a romantic tragedy. In the real world, the lone wolf is the first one to be picked off by the scavengers. The architect of fate knows that proximity is power. Your net worth is a reflection of your social network. But I'm not talking about networking in the way the average person understands it. I'm not talking about passing out business cards at a hotel bar or connecting on LinkedIn. That is for the desperate. The elite circle is built on something much deeper, much rarer, and much more expensive than money. It is built on the currency of loyalty. In a world where everyone is for sale, the person who cannot be bought is the ultimate asset. In a world of temporary connections, the person who stays is the king.
Let's destroy the first illusion. Independence is a lie. True power is not being independent. True power is being interdependent with the best. Think about the most powerful families and organizations in human history. They didn't win because they were smarter than everyone else. They won because they had an inner sanctum. A circle of people who were so tightly bound by a shared code that no outside force could break them. The average person seeks friends to pass the time. The architect seeks allies to conquer the mission. You must realize that you are an atmospheric engine. You absorb the energy, the thoughts, and the standards of the people you surround yourself with. If your inner circle is full of people who are comfortable, you will eventually fall asleep. If your inner circle is full of people who are complaining, you will eventually become a victim. You need people who are faster than you, smarter than you, and more disciplined than you. You need people whose baseline is your ceiling. But how do you get into those rooms? How do you sit at the table with the vanguards? You don't get there by taking. You get there by providing value and proving loyalty.
Before you can build your new circle, you must perform a social deletion. Most of you are still carrying social dead weight. You are hanging on to people because of history or guilt. You feel like you owe them your time because you went to school together or you worked together 10 years ago. History is not a reason for proximity. If someone is an anchor, if they are dragging your vibration down, if they are questioning your ambition, if they are stuck in a scarcity mindset, you must cut the rope. This isn't about being mean, it's about survival. You are an architect building a cathedral. You cannot use rotten wood for the foundation. If you do, the whole thing will come crashing down on your head. Ask yourself these 3 questions about every person in your life. Do they hold me to a higher standard than I hold myself? Can I trust them with my life and my reputation when I'm not in the room? Are they moving in the same direction at the same speed? If the answer is no, they belong in your acquaintances, not in your circle. Your inner sanctum should be a fortress of excellence. It should be a place where the truth is spoken, even when it hurts, and where loyalty is rewarded above all else.
In the high-level world, information is cheap, but trust is a luxury. The average person thinks they can buy loyalty. They think that if they pay someone enough or give them enough perks, that person will be loyal. That is a mercenary mindset. And the problem with mercenaries is that they will always leave you for the person who pays them more. The architect doesn't want mercenaries. The architect wants believers. You must build a code of honor within your circle. This means you are the first to give. You are the first to protect. You are the one who shows up when everyone else vanishes. Loyalty is a long-term investment. In the elite world, reputation is the only thing you truly own. If you betray someone's trust once, word will spread through the high net worth grapevine faster than a wildfire. You will find that doors suddenly close. Phones stop being answered. You are socially exiled. But if you are known as a person of unbreakable loyalty, you gain access to the invisible economy. This is where the real deals happen. This is where the life-changing information is shared. This is where the safety net of the elite is formed. When you are loyal to the right people, they become a force multiplier for your life. They see around the corners you can't see. They defend your name in rooms you haven't entered yet. Wealth buys you stuff. Loyalty buys you an empire.
How do you become a social asset? How do you make the 1% want you in the room? The mistake most people make is that they try to impress. They show up talking about themselves, their achievements, and their cars. The elites are not impressed by what you have. They are looking for who you are. To be a social asset, you must be a producer of solutions. When you enter a room, your first thought shouldn't be, "What can I get?" It should be, "Where is the gap here? What problem can I solve? Who can I connect?" The most powerful person in the room is often the connector, the person who knows the right lawyer, the right doctor, the right engineer, and the right investor. When you become the source of value, you become indispensable. But there is a catch. You must be a high-value man or woman first. You cannot connect elites if you don't have the discipline, the integrity, and the social intelligence to handle them. You must learn the art of diplomacy. You must learn how to handle conflict without ego. You must learn how to speak the language of power, which is often the language of silence and understatement. Don't go looking for rich friends. Go looking for high-standard partners. Build yourself into a person of such quality that the circle eventually finds you.
In a real elite circle, there is no yes men. If everyone in your circle agrees with you, you are in a cult, not a council. The architect seeks radical candor. You want people who are brave enough to tell you that your idea is stupid. You want people who will call you out when you are being lazy or when your ego is getting out of control. This is the law of the round table. In the King Arthur myths, the table was round so that everyone was equal in the eyes of the mission. In your circle, there should be no boss. Only the best idea wins. You must learn to handle conflict with elitism. In the average world, conflict leads to gossip and resentment. In the elite world, conflict leads to clarity and growth. When two high-level individuals disagree, they don't take it personally. They look at the problem like an engineering challenge. They argue the points, they reach a decision, and the moment they walk out the door, they are 100% unified. Unity is the invisible shield of the circle. If there is a crack in your unity, the world will find it and exploit it. This is why you must never, ever speak ill of a circle member to an outsider. Even if you are angry, even if you are in a dispute, to the world, you are a single, unbreakable unit. The strength of the chain is its weakest link. Make sure every link in your circle is made of the same hardened steel.
Let's address the most common question. If I am a spiritual man,
If I don't care about the ego, why must I still drive the $300,000 car? Why must I still live in the $10 million mansion? The answer is efficiency. At the highest levels of power, time is the only commodity that cannot be wasted. You don't have time to explain your life story to everyone you meet. You don't have time to prove your discipline to every potential ally. Your lifestyle is your signal fire. In the elite world, your car, your watch, and your home are not toys. They are a language. When you arrive in a machine that represents the peak of human engineering, you are signaling to other vanguards, I have mastered the material world. I understand the cost of excellence. I pay attention to the details that others ignore. It is a social filter that saves you years of wasted conversations. It filters out the talkers and attracts the doers. When an elite sees another elite in a high-standard environment, a handshake of frequency happens instantly. The trust is pre-established because the environment confirms the character. We buy the luxury to buy back the friction.
The average person thinks a Ferrari is for attracting attention. The architect knows a Ferrari is for deflecting the wrong attention. A low-value person sees the car and thinks of the price. A high-value person sees the car and thinks of the discipline it took to earn it. By surrounding yourself with these totems of success, you are creating a frequency barrier. You are making yourself invisible to the mediocre mind and magnetic to the sovereign mind. If you are a lion, you don't hunt in the same fields as the sheep. Not because you hate the sheep, but because the sheep cannot sustain your energy. The luxury home is the high ground. It is where the lions meet to discuss the future of the pride. We earn the money to stay in the high frequency zone. Imagine a room where everyone has already won. No one is there to take. No one is there to fake it. Everyone is there to build. That room is expensive to get into. The cover charge is your life's work, manifested in your bank account and your lifestyle. We don't buy the house to hide from the world. We buy it to invite the right world in. We want our sanctuary to be a place where an ally can walk in and immediately feel, I am safe here. I am understood here. I am among my own kind. This is the non-materialist truth of the high life. It is a communication tool. It is a way to find your tribe of titans in a world of 8 billion people.
Stop looking at the price tag and start looking at the access. Stop looking at the leather and start looking at the loyalty it attracts. You are not buying things. You are buying proximity to the greats. And in that proximity, your empire will find its true strength.
Finally, we build the circle not just for our own success, but for the lineage. In America, we talk about old money. What they really mean is old circles. Families like the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds didn't stay powerful just because of the cash. They stayed powerful because they passed down a social map. They introduced their children to the children of their allies. They built a dynastic infrastructure that survives for centuries. When you build your circle, you are building the godparents of your legacy. You are choosing the people who will guide your children if you are gone. You are choosing the people who will maintain the standards of your empire when you are no longer there to enforce them. This is the non-materialist reason for earning the luxury and the wealth. It gives you the social gravity to attract the highest level of human beings. It's hard to build a circle of elites if you are living in a basement. It's hard to attract the game changers if you aren't playing a big game. We get rich, we buy the car, and we live in the mansion to create a magnetic center for the world's most powerful minds. We want our home to be the place where the future is decided. We want our circle to be the vanguard of humanity.
Success is a solo sport. Greatness is a team effort. Stop being a lone wolf. Start being a social architect. Audit your circle today. Cut the anchors. Find the engines. Invest in loyalty. And build a circle that is so strong, it becomes a part of history. Stay loyal, stay sovereign, stay elite. I'll see you at the round table.